Ahoy hoy everybody, and welcome to Borderlands 3 Arms Race. This is content that was deployed alongside the Season 2 Game Pass for the game. It came alongside the 4th skill tree for each of the Vault Hunters. Today we're going to be running it and also talking a little bit about our thoughts on what the game mode is and how it can potentially be improved in the future. So let's talk a little bit about, firstly, what it is. And we got Centennial, fantastic. This will be on easy mode, really. This game mode is brand new. It essentially strips you of everything like your action skills, your skill points, your gear, and drops you into the middle of a map. And your goal is to, I guess, find the best loot possible, start with white rarity weapons, and then move up and try and find some legendary weapons that you can either take out of the game mode and use back in the base game, or that you can use in this game mode to kill the final boss. Now let's talk about some of the positives of this game mode and where I think it excels, and then we can talk a little bit about some of the criticism and ways that we can potentially improve it as well. So, in terms of the positives, I think the fact that you have to kind of use different weapons throughout the game mode, start with the whites and work your way up, is really fun. Starting with the whites doesn't really sound very good, it sounds kind of racist. Let's just say start with the worst gear in the game. Some of the worst gear in the game, and you need to get some better gear in the game. Yeah, cool. It's a really fascinating concept, and I really enjoy it. You also have this, what's referred to as a murder cane in this as well, which is essentially like a circle that gets smaller and smaller as the game gets on and on. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But, man, come on, man. Stop moving. Freaking hell. Sorry, I'm just killing these guys real quick. Alright, perfect. So that's essentially the game mode, right? You can try and get legendary weapons like you are pretty much for the rest of the game. But the way you do it is a little bit different. You don't have access to everything that you would normally do. And it's pretty fun. I gotta admit, it's not too bad. I enjoy it. But it kind of falls short in a lot of areas. The main criticism that this game mode gets is it doesn't feel like Borderlands. And what that means is that you don't actually get access to everything. So, you know, you're kind of playing the game differently. Borderlands is meant to be a game where you have access to different action skills, you can build your character any way you want and play the game any way you want, and you kind of lose some of that feel from this game mode, and I can completely understand the criticism, but I feel like it has promise. So if I were to improve it, there's a few things that I would recommend Gearbox do, or that I would do, that I feel can really be beneficial to it. The first thing I would do is add in a way to be able to have action skills. And the way that I would want to do that is actually by having action skills come in as you play. So, as an example, I'm playing Zane at the moment. So, the first thing I would do is, as the murder cane moves in, oh, come on, man, I would have different action skills be available. So, the first movement of the murder cane, I would have, you know, you get to pick, you either get Mantis Cannon, you get the clone, or you get the drone. And what that kind of does is, I think there was a blue up here. Let's just have a quick look. Nope, same things. Get that guy up there, he's not important. Have access to your action skills when the murder cane moves in. And I really feel that will actually, you know, these weapons suck. These will actually improve it, because as the game progresses, you get access a little bit more. It's an incentive to keep playing the game mode. The second thing I do is, like, as the second murder cane moves in, I would actually have action skills. I'd have skill points be available, so you can spec up in different things. Maybe you have like 5 or 10 different points, or maybe there's only certain skills that you can access. Let's just run around, and actually let's go towards the Skagdan one. Yep, perfect. Yeah, so I'd have different skill points that you can have access to, and you can only spec into certain things. We will, yep, up, yeah, TDL. and that keeps you playing the game. The second thing I would have is more content drop. At the moment, it's kind of, you can run to your destination, do what you need to do, and then eventually airdrops will come into it, and you can go get airdrops to get more chests. I kind of feel like one of the things that they could do instead is actually add content from the base game, whether that be bosses or some of the mini bosses, and let us sort of kill them. So I would love to see a scenario where, you know, Captain Traunt has landed somewhere on the map and you need to go kill him. And what that actually does is it gives you access to his loot pool, so you can get base game legendaries a little bit more often in this game mode, which I think will be really well received.
You couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
And it gives some variety in terms of what you can do. The incentive is to play long enough to be able to, you know, get extra stuff as well. At the moment, I could probably go and kill the final boss, no problem, just with this TDR that I have. TDRs are kind of busted in this game mode. It's busted fun, but also, you know, busted. So, yeah, I would like to see them sort of add that kind of stuff in. And those are just a few ideas. I'm sure you guys have ideas as well about what could make this game mode more fun, because after a while of running it, and you need to run it quite a few times to get pretty much anything good, to be perfectly honest, because a lot of the legendaries don't spawn. Like, I was trying to get either a nice dark army or also a plasma coil, which I've got a few of now, I must admit, but nothing's really spawned so far, right? And I'm not going to get anything in this location, so it's going to be running it a few times to try and get a good result. And if that's the case, the content actually gets a little bit boring, because you don't have really any new ways to play. It's one way to really play this game mode. Whereas in Borderlands, as I said, one of the fantastic things about it is being able to change the way you play the game and testing out new things, feeling overpowered. And I don't often get that within Arms Race. So I would like to see some more diversity. There's other things I would do as well. Obviously some new maps would be great. So, as I said, we currently have one map. Try and get some of the badasses down. Yeah, currently have one map, which, you know, it's a decent map, but I feel like we need a alternate map, so that you don't feel like you're running the same thing over and over again, or even being able to just choose maps. And each map has some different advantages. Or even if you are going to keep the same map, let's have some diversity in the final bosses. You know, let's maybe have a different final boss that has a different loot pool or has a greater chance to drop something. Yeah, we'll put that up, why not? And that will actually give you incentivized to run this over and over again, hoping that you get a good final boss because you're trying to get a particular weapon, your class mod, etc., or shield, or whatever it is. And just that's a bit of variety in terms of what you're doing. It's not like, you know, going to fundamentally change the game. I've already sort of spoken about how we can fundamentally improve the game. Sure, that is fine. That's a good one. We'll pick that up. And we will sell those to buy a better grenade and kill the final boss. Yeah, so a new final boss, a new map, action skills, skill points, and mini bosses could all be added to this game mode to really improve it. Have I gone the wrong way? Yes, I have. I'm not paying attention, sorry, when I'm talking. Yeah, those are just some of the ways that I feel that this game mode can be enhanced. And why I want to bring these up is I feel that this game mode actually has a lot of potential, and a lot of people feel the same way, I think, anyway. Because there is some heavy criticism about this game that it doesn't feel like Borderlands. And I totally get that, right? But I think people are frustrated with it because they can see the potential in it. That this game mode has a bit of promise and can be something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. But to do that, we need a little bit more in it. I feel like it doesn't... Oh, radiation. Let's get that. I feel like it doesn't do enough. So that's all I really want from it, is I really want it to do more. We'll take these off. To be honest, I'm probably not going to switch from this TDR. This was kind of pointless. But I'm sure that the COV will do fine. Let's go kill the final boss and see if we get any good loot that we can take out of here. So, probably see with Tedior, it's kind of not too difficult to kind of waste him or at least get him down. His first section is kind of already done, and this isn't even a good Tedior. If you have like a blue or purple or homing or Merv, you will pretty much waste him super quick. Let's try and hit him with a grenade maybe. Alright, so now that he's down on this might, it'll be pretty straightforward to beat. And there he goes, he is down. So as I said, like, we don't even have a good weapon, and he's pretty easy to beat, and I don't necessarily think that making it harder is the answer. Oh man, that was almost a good dizzy, but that goddamn annoying
Sorry,
is...
Sal. My agent says that's a no-go. My new U premiums are already crazy high, so death matches are off the table for me.
Yeah, good for you, Axton.
I had good credits writing on you. No wonder my bookie thought I was crazy.
Well, Sal, I'll tell you the same thing I told my ex-wife. Sorry to disappoint, but if you'd been paying attention, you wouldn't have been surprised.
So look, that is arms race. At the end, you can choose to extract, like you can do that, and then hit extract to extract your weapons. Your extraction weapons go into your bank on Sanctuary, so you can easily go retrieve them. But I don't really want those weapons, to be honest. I've already got better Tizzies available, and I don't really want a shock one either at the moment. But that is arms race. I do feel like it has some potential. I feel like Gearbox can really improve this and build upon it. I think I challenge them to continue with the arms race idea and don't give up on it, but improve it. It's the first iteration of trying something like this, and I think it has promise. It's obviously not going to be like what the main game is like, but give us something to give us some diversity. You know, give us a choice of action skills. Give us a choice of skill points to use. Make choosing a Vault Hunter meaningful. At the moment, I'm running this game with Zane. And whilst I really like Zane, it doesn't matter which Vault Hunter you pick for arms race, because there's no progression. There's no, you know, action skills. There's no skill points. There's no diversity in terms of which character that you're choosing and how you choose to play the game. So that is kind of what we need to make this game mode better. I appreciate you sticking with me throughout my terrible gameplay and also my ramblings about the game mode. I do hope that Gearbox somehow will find some of the messages in this video and are able to implement some things. But if you made it this far listening to me, I applaud you. Well done. Thank you very much as well. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you do leave it a like. And let me know down in the comment section what you would want to see Gearbox do to improve arms race. What are your ideas to make this game mode better? That's been it for me. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.